Okay, so we are live on YouTube, everyone. And make sure that your phone is on mute. Communicate with me on the chat. I'm seeing the chat here. I'm seeing everyone here on this next screen that we have here. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you are hearing me. Give me a thumbs up if you are hearing me.
Loud and clear.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Loud and clear.
Trevor. Okay, so let's jump into it now. And I'm going to just basically just set the platform for what it is I want to share with you on tonight. Okay, so tonight is what you call an intervention, all right, into your health and into your money. Majority of you are on here tonight. Basically, you are part of the 40 days that we had. Okay, and if you are on for the first time, we want to welcome you. All right, if someone invited you, come on, you could just put some text, chat there. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're on for the first time. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're on for the first time. Okay, based on an invitation from somebody. Okay, now some of you, and I want to get into an aspect because I know we are dealing with the health and the wealth aspect. Okay, the health and the wealth aspect. So, and then we're going to deal with an aspect that we really want to get into tonight that could bring a measure of shift in a particular area. Now, those of you who are on, all right, some of you are ministers, some of you function in church, okay? But majority of you are believers, okay? And is either you are gifted, you are anointed, all right? You prayed up, okay? And you read your Bible, okay? You're faithful in church, you have a good prayer life, you give your tithes, your offering, and all that, okay? But if you are honest, and I want you to be honest, all right? Your body, okay, and your nervous system is on edge, okay? And in the area of finance, your money keeps circling or cycling in the same place. Okay? Now, you love God, hear me? You know scriptures, but your sleep habits, your bank account are telling a different story. Okay? Now, and the story that your body and your bank account is telling you, it is not lying. Okay? Yet you have a prayer life, yet you read your Bible, okay, but the evidence is not there. Folks, I want to be really open with you all tonight, okay? And there are a lot of believers, and I'm telling you this. I don't know about you, how you feel about these things, who are in church, okay, but are struggling. And I know sometimes when you hear these things, you really, I mean, you get uncomfortable. You get uncomfortable. Okay, but this is a reality. All right, keep your mic on mute here. Keep your mic on mute. But it's a reality that we have to face. Okay, you read the Bible, you see all these great things in the Bible in terms of with the patriarchs and what the Word of God say. You have been in church for years, but when you look at your life and you look at your bank account, it is saying something different. All right. So tonight, what we are going to do tonight, okay, we're going to expose, hear me, the hidden patterns that keep you stuck, all right, on a health and wealth plateau. Okay. Now, I'm going to walk you through in this session a live activation to reset your inner world. Okay? Now, and also I'm going to give you practical steps. All right? You can start immediately. Also, I'm going to show you how you can do this every month inside the Dominion Health and Wealth Lab. Okay? Let me run it to you again because this is what we're going to be touching tonight. So I want you to pay close attention, folks. Okay? Let me run it to you again. I'm going to walk you through live activation to reset your inner world because majority of us, what we are dealing with patterns, set patterns in our subconscious mind. All right, we are dealing with patterns in the epigenetic that is on our DNA. Okay, hence the reason why we stop, we have good intention, but we don't follow through on things. Hence the reason why there's so much procrastination and you are not getting the result. Okay, so let me run it to you again. We're going to walk you through live activation to reset your inner world. I'm going to give you practical steps, yes, so you can start immediately. And then I'm going to show you how you can do this every month inside the what? Health and Wealth Dominion. Now, if you stay at the end, okay, you will not just understand why you have been stuck. You will know what to do next, okay, and where you can be held accountable for it. So we want to go into the practical steps. So tonight is not just about information, but I'm going to show you how to implement or apply, the information. So it's practical. We're going to do some practical tonight. So you want to pay close attention. So first, let's set a simple structure for how we're going to operate tonight, okay? Now, number one, I want you to minimize distraction as best as you can. Okay, so make sure you're in a quiet place. Make sure you're in a quiet place in your home. So you want to minimize distraction. Also, number two, I want you to have something where you can take notes make sure you have a pen and a paper. And if you are locked in and ready, I want you to text for me, ready. All right? So everyone, if you're in a quiet place and you're ready, just text for me, ready. Wonderful. Just text it there for me, ready. That's it. Okay? Go ahead. Just text there for me, ready. All right, go ahead. Okay, wonderful. Ready. All right. So Shellyan, okay, Amber, who again? Denise. All right, just text it for me, folks. Jacqueline is ready. Just text ready. All right, Beverly, Casella. All right, wonderful. Allison. All right, Mark, Adrian. Okay, wonderful. Abigail. Okay, just text it there for me. Ready. All right. Good. So now let's go now. The first thing, we're going to talk about exposing the hidden patterns. So if you're taking note, just write that, expose hidden patterns. So we're going to start with what's really going on under the surface. What's really going on under the surface? Now, many times it's not, and I want you to hear this, okay? There are a lot of things that we deal with. There are a lot of things that we battle with, but many times it's not the devil, okay? It's a pattern you are living out in your body and in your money. Hear me with this, okay? I'm going to say it again. Many times it's not the devil. Because I know as believers, we demonize things a lot. And we love to cast the blame on entities. And I said to folks, a lot of what we are dealing with is as a result of what we created. And also as a result of patterns that is in our subconscious mind that we have it has been formed over the years. Okay? All right, so pattern that you are living with, or you in your body and in your finance. So patterns, all right? Now, let's talk about the patterns. So I'm talking about patterns, but let's talk about patterns. I want to share a couple patterns with you. So the first pattern is what we call survival mood body. Survival mood body, which means survival mood money. So there's survival mood in your body, survival mood money. The first pattern is survival mood. Okay, so if you text in, or if you write in, just write that. So we're going to talk about some patterns. The first pattern is what? Survival mood. Now, your nervous system, okay, it has been trained to live as if everything is an emergency. Okay, now remember, these are patterns that has been established in our subconscious mind as a result of being in a particular environment for years. Okay, so based on life experiences, based on the environment, based on teaching, these are patterns. Okay, and your nervous system has been trained to live as if everything is an emergency. So your body now is stuck. Hear me now. Your body is stuck in fight, flight, or freeze. Okay? The three F's. Your body is stuck in what? Fight, flight, or freeze. So it's either you fight, either you flight, or you run, or either you freeze. So because of the patterns, most of us, our body are stuck in those three areas. Now, what does that look like? Okay, let's talk about that. Because in your body, which means shallow breathing, poor sleep, always tired, craving sugar or fast comfort food, constantly tense. Okay, now I'm just giving you a picture of how that looks like in our body. Okay, so you're having the patterns, your poor sleeping patterns. All right, you're always tired, always tired. Okay, craving sugar or fast, what we call comfort food, constantly tense. All right, so that's in your body. But how does that look like in your money? Okay, it's either you, listen to me, either you panic spend, you freeze and avoid decisions, you grab quick fix, or you're afraid to invest long term. All right, so you cannot think clearly when money is mentioned. Okay, so we look at the two areas in your body, and guess what? In your money. Now, your body is in survival, and your money decisions are in survival. All right, those two areas. So what happens now is that you keep getting survival level results. Remember, I said to you, is your fight, your flight, or your freeze in the area of your body, in the area of your money. Now, this is not just how we are, this is a pattern in your nervous system, because this is something that has been formed over the period of years as a result of our environment, as a result of our upbringing, as a result of a lot of things. Okay, so we are fighting patterns in our nervous system, patterns in our subconscious mind. And as I said to you, most of the time, this is not the devil. Okay, now, if you can recognize, hear me now, if you can recognize survival mood in your body and in your money type, all right, and based on what I just shared, I just want you to just text in the chat there briefly for me, all right? Or you can write it on the paper that you have on. What are some of the patterns that you recognize based on what I just mentioned there for you? Whether it's in your body, whether it's in your money, just write it there. And if you're okay, you could put it up on the text for us. Okay. Now, all right. So just put it there. Survival mood. Just put it there. All right. So that's the first pattern we talk about. You could write it on the book that you have there, your paper, or you could put it up on the chat. But let's make sure and jot it down in the both areas, whether it's finance, whether it's about the survival mode. All right. Now, let's talk about pattern number two. Pattern number two. All right. This is what we call inherited beliefs, inherited results. Are you with me there, still? Okay. So pattern number one is what? Survival mood. All right. In your body and in your money. Then pattern number two, we say, is what? Is inherited beliefs. So what are some of the beliefs that you inherited? Okay. Now, so if these are inherited beliefs, which means now you are speaking about inherited scripts from childhood. So many of us heard things, which means as a result of the environment that you grew up in, hear me now, there are things that you heard from your parents, from credible others. This is inherited beliefs, inherited results. So as a child now, many of us heard things like, guess what? All right? We don't have it. Come on. That's it, Trisha. We don't have it. What are some of the things that you hear coming up? Nothing good lasts. Healthy food is for rich people. Money is always hard. If I ever get ahead, something bad will happen. Okay? Money don't grow on a tree. Come, just text. Let me hear some of the things that you heard coming up. We don't have. Okay? And I said to you, these are what? Inherited beliefs. So if you have inherited beliefs, you have inherited results. Because as I said to you, these are patterns that we are dealing with in our nervous system. This is why the reprogramming and your words are so important. Because remember, I said to you, when we started this teaching a while ago, I said to you, the patterns, the epigenetic marks upon your DNA. You're talking about in your cells, in your DNA. Now we're talking about in your nervous system. Okay? So what are some of the things? Let's put it up there. All right. Bad sleeping habits, craving comfort food. All right. Don't have a money tree. Okay. All right. Just put it up there as you remember it. No. So those words did not disappear. Okay. So the words that you heard, and then you heard it from credible people. You heard it from your parents. You heard it from your father. You heard it from your mother. And I said to you, those words did not disappear. They went into your body, they went into your nervous system, and into your financial behavior because it affects how we behave. It affects how we make decisions now. Okay? So now, as an adult, hear me now. Now, as an adult, you feel guilty when money comes. You feel unsafe when money is low. You feel unworthy of taking care of your body. Why? Because you sabotage yourself just when you are making progress. So you have self-sabotage taking place. Okay? Now, listen to this. You pray for a breakthrough, but you are still obeying all instructions stored in your system. You went up for deliverance. You come back, you got deliverance, but you still obeyed all patterns that are stored in your system. Okay? So, yes, the deliverance worked, but the pattern never changed. Come on. Yes, the demon or the entity that was cast out is not there. Okay? So then why am I doing the same thing? Why am I behaving the same way? These are patterns. Why? Because you feel guilty when money comes. All right? You sabotage yourself just when you are making progress. As I said to you, you pray for breakthrough, but guess what? You are still obeying all instructions stored in your system. All right? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Now, if you agree with me, if you agreed with me Okay, just text for me yes. Just text for me yes. Oh, so true. Thank you, Jacqueline. Just text yes because I want to make sure that just text it there. Okay, because the issue is not the demon. Okay, the demon got cast out by the altar. The demon got cast out. Come on. But yet, why I keep behaving the same way when it comes to finance, when it comes to my behavior? Now, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself right now, whose voice do you hear when you are making health decisions? Whose voice do you hear when you are making money decisions? I want you to ask yourself that question. All right? Now, if a specific person comes to mind, a parent, a grandparent, an authority figure, I want you to just acknowledge that quickly. Because the minute I ask it, bam, it's going to come up, right? Okay? I want you to just acknowledge it because that is where that pattern came from. Now, let's go to pattern number 3. Pattern number 3. Stay with me, folks. Okay? When you stay right there with me. Now, pattern number 3 is what we call fragmentation. Okay? This is the anointed, the spirit, neglect body, and things like that. So we talk about fragmentation. That's pattern number 3. So the third pattern is fragmentation. Now, so you can worship for hours, you can speak in tongues, but you are casual about your sleep, your food, your movement, and your money system. But when it comes to worship, when it comes to prayer, bam. So you are powerful in prayer, but scattered in practice. Let me say it again. You are powerful in prayer, but you are scattered when it comes to practice. And I'm saying to you, God is not honored by burnt out body and a broken financial life. I want to say it again. Okay? God is not honored with a burnt out body and a broken financial life. And you said, Dr. Cummings, why you say that? Because dominion is not just tongues. Dominion is stewardship, management, and billing systems. Okay? Because if we are talking about dominion and to dominate, okay, all right, dominion is not just speaking in tongues. Dominion is stewardship. Dominion is management. Dominion is it's billing systems. So I want you to check yourself honestly. Here is, make sure you have the pen and paper. Let me know. Make sure you have that pen and paper. And I want you to check yourself honestly on a scale of 1 to 10. How well are you stewarding your body right now? And how well are you stewarding your money right now? And I want you to write it on your paper. Okay? If you want, you can put it up on the chat, but I want you to write it there. I want you to write it there. Okay? How well, on a scale of 1 to 10, are you stewarding your body? Are you stewarding your money? And just write those numbers down for yourself. This is for you. And if you want to share in the chat, go ahead and share it in the chat. All right? But write it down. Just get it there, folks. Come on. All right? So you can share it in the chat if you feel led to. All right? Now, these 3 patterns, survival mood, inherited scripts, and fragmentation, are why many of us feel you are pressing, all right? Feel like you are pressing, but you are not progressing. Let me say it again. These 3 areas I mentioned, these 3 patterns I mentioned to you: survival mood, inherited scripts, and fragmentation. This is why many of us you are pressing, but you are not progressing. Okay? All right? Which means that you're pushing. You're doing like what we said. You work like an elephant, but eat like an ant. You're pressing, but there's no progress. Okay, now think about the three patterns: survival mood, inherited mood, and fragmentation. All right, now Dominion Health and Wealth Lab exists as a laboratory to break these patterns and build new ones month after month. Okay, this is why the Dominion Lab is all about. Okay, hear me now, hear me with this. Okay, because someone was asking what the lab is all about. Okay, because we must be able now to build that whole system where we can connect to go to that next level. All right, because remember, we are dealing with what? We are dealing with survival mood. We deal with scripts, inherited scripts. We are dealing with fragmentation. We are dealing with patterns, as I mentioned before. Remember, the demon or the entity, the spirit was cast out. But then why does the behavior continue? Why it is I keep reverting? Why it is it's not shifting? Because the patterns are in your subconscious mind. The patterns are in your system there. Okay? So you're already programmed. So you have to reprogram your thinking. You have to reprogram. You have to train yourself. This is why the Bible says, let this mind be in you, which was always in Christ Jesus. Let this mind. He said, be renewed, renew your mind. Okay? And that's our responsibility. That's our responsibility. Now, I want to give you now, I want to take you through a live activation. All right? Because I don't want to just talk about patterns. We are going to start shifting them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We are not just talking about patterns, because we could talk from now until Jesus come back about patterns. But let's talk about how can I shift the patterns? How can I change this pattern? Okay? We are going to start shifting them. All right? So let's move into one of the activation. All right? That I'm going to share with you. Make sure you're there, folks. All right? Let's go with one activation. Now, remember I said to you at the beginning, make sure that you are in make sure that you are in a quiet place, all right? Because we are going into activation there. Let's hold a second there for me. All right. Make sure you're in a quiet place there for me. All right. Okay. Because I want to take you through this activation now. Now, I want you to get a chair. I want you to sit upright. Just get a chair and sit upright. Okay? Just sit with your feet flat on the floor. And I want you to rest your hands on your leg. All right? And then I want you to close your eyes. All right? If that's comfortable and safe. If you're driving, don't do this. Okay? Those of you who are home, let me say it again. All right? Sit. Get on a chair, comfortable. Your feet flat on the ground. Your two hands rest on your leg. All right? And you want to sit up straight. All right? With your ears to your shoulders and when your back is straight. And I want you just to close your eyes. All right? And I'm gonna take you through some steps. Okay. And the first step, I want you to breathe safely. Okay. So you're gonna take a slow breath in through your nose. And when you inhale through your nose, you're gonna count from 1 to 4. And you're going to hold it for 4. And then you're going to exhale slowly, all right, through your mouth and count from to 6, 1 to 6. All right, let's run it again. All right, sit upright, straight, feet on the ground, foot on the ground, hands on your leg. All right, and you inhale through your nose. When you inhale, make sure your tummy comes out. All right, so you fill your lungs with air. Okay, let's do it. You inhale. Come from 1 to 4, hold. And then you release from 1 to 6 through your mouth. Okay, you do that about 4 times and you relax your body. Okay, inhale 4 times, hold 4, and you exhale 6 times. So you relax your body. That's one way you can relax your body. That's just through the breathing. Okay, again, inhale through your nostrils. And when you pull, it seems like you're pulling up straight up to the top of your head. And just hold it here. Come from 1 to 4. And then you release from 1 to 6 slowly out through your mouth. Okay? Now, when you are exhaling, I want you to say, I am safe in God. Okay? So when you exhale, I'm safe with God. All right? Now remember, folks, everything we do is Christ-centric. All right? Remember, your body is the temple. The Godhead dwells within you. So you inhale through your nostrils, pull it up, your stomach out, you hold for 4, and then you release on 6. And as you release, all right, you breathe quietly, you say, I am safe in God. Okay, I am safe in God. Let's do it again. Inhale. I am safe in God. When you release it, let your shoulders drop just a little. All right? And let your stomach soften. All right? That's the first step. That's the first step. Step number 2. All right? So you bring up one pattern, one of the patterns that we spoke about, you bring up one. All right? Now you stay in that same position, and you think of one pattern we spoke about tonight. A pattern that is real to your life. Maybe a survival mood in your body. Maybe an inherited poverty thinking. Maybe it's being powerful spiritually, but sloppy in health and money. Just think of one pattern. And I want you to name that pattern before God. And say it quietly. Say, Lord, I bring you my pattern of, and you name the pattern. Lord, I bring you my pattern of. Okay? That's step number 2. Now, step number 3. You want to renounce and you want to replace. You renounce and you want to replace. Okay? You say, Father, in the name of Jesus, I renounce every agreement I've made with fear in my body, with fear in my finance, I renounce the pattern, survival, scarcity, self-neglect. You can use your own words. You say, I break covenant with stress as my normal. I break covenant with lack as my identity. And then you say, I receive your pattern, peace in my nervous system, clarity in my decision, stewardship in my health, and wisdom in my wealth. I align my body, my mind, and my money with your kingdom order in the name of Jesus, in the name of Yeshua. And then you take another deep breath in through your nostrils. You hold, you release, and you relax. Step number 4. Now take your hands and rest it on your chest. And I want you to repeat after me. I receive a new nervous system response to pressure. I refuse panic as my normal. I choose peace. Now, put one hand on your head and say after me, I receive a new mind for money and health, and I'm being renewed in how I think, decide, and act. Now I lift one hand as a sign of agreement, and I choose dominion in my health and my wealth. My grace, by the grace of God, from this day forward. You pause and you relax. You breathe in and out. Now you can open your eyes if they were closed. All right? Now look at me, folks. Look at me. Now, it's the practical aspect of this that is needed. Because as I said, we could talk about the epigenic, we could talk about all the patterns, but it's the practical steps now. It's the breathing, the meditation. Now I want you to hear me. Activation without action becomes just a spiritual high. I'm going to say it again. Activation without action becomes just a spiritual high. We don't do that in the lab. We want to marry the spirit and the structure. All right? And this is what we're going to be doing in the Dominion Lab. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you 2 simple assignments. I want you to take notes. Please mark it down, folks. All right? I want you to mark down these assignments. I'm going to give you 2 assignments. All right? Remember, this is going to be on YouTube. You could go back and listen again. All right? I'm going to give you 2 simple assignments. One is for health and one is for wealth that you can start within the next 24 hours. All right? Now, the health assignment, I want you to mark this down. All right? 10 minutes a 10-minute evening reset. Okay, 10 minutes evening reset. Okay. Now, the first 5 minutes, hear me, no phone, no TV, just breathing like we just did. Slow inhales, slow exhale, and let your body know that it is safe. Okay? That's the 5 minutes you're going to do it. Then the next 3 minutes, gentle stretching or slow walking inside your home. All right? And while you're walking, you tell your body, thank you for carrying me today. All right? That gratitude is important. Now, the final 2 minutes, you're going to drink a glass of water and ask yourself, how did I treat my body today? And what will I change tomorrow? Okay? Now, this is how you tell your nervous system every night, we are not in emergency, we are in dominion. Okay? We are not in emergency, we are in dominion. All right? So that's the first instructions. All right? The next one is the money assignment. Okay? Now, this is what you can do, folks. And I'm just giving you a peek of what we're going to be doing in the lab as a community. Okay? So your money assignment, you take 5-minute money moment. Okay? 5 minutes, money moment. So every day, for the next 7 days, give your money 5 minutes of honest attention. Hear me now, okay? 5 minutes. You're going to open your account, all right? Look at the number, no hiding, all right? And ask, what one wise decision can I make today? Let me say it again. You open your main account, all right? Look at the numbers. Don't hide. Face it. And you ask, what one wise decision I can make today? That could be not buying something you don't need, delaying a purchase, putting aside a small amount, or having one needed conversation. Okay? Then pray. Lord, teach me to number my days and my dollars so that I may gain a heart of wisdom. All right? If you're with me, just give me a thumbs up, folks. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're with me there. Okay? So you pray and you say, Lord, teach me to number my days and not my dollars, that I may gain a heart of wisdom. Now, all right? So these two simple rhythms, 10 minutes in the evening, and then your body, with your body, and then 5 minutes for your money will start to shift your reality. Now, you always hear me say, consistency breeds result. It's the little steps, all right? Because remember, these are patterns that you're dealing with, folks, okay? Now, if you're willing to commit, all right, to 10 minutes in the evening reset, I want you to type in the chat for me, health. Just type health, all right, in the chat. And if you're willing to commit to the 5 minutes money, type wealth. And if you're willing to commit to the boat, just type boat, B-O-T-H. All right, just text there for me in the chat. All right, boat, just text there. All right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Penny, Renelle, Chanda, wonderful. Go ahead, boat. All right, Stacy, wonderful. All right, okay? So you're gonna do that simple instructions. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay? All right? How many of you receiving this? Now, so now we have tested, okay, this. Let me show you now how to continue this work. All right, so this is how we're going to continue this. Remember, this is a peek into the Dominion Lab. All right, so this is how we're going to continue this. All right, the Dominion Wealth Lab, basically, it's a monthly mentorship container. It's like a laboratory where we work on our nervous system and our health habits with spiritual depth and practical tools. So this is what the Dominion Health and Wealth Lab is all about. We're going to work on our money mindset, our money system, day-by-day decisions, and we're going to hold you in a community that doesn't let you go back to the old pattern easily. Hence the reason now we built this community. So each month inside of the lab, okay, each month inside of the lab, you're going to get live Zoom sessions, one deep teaching and activation like what you experienced tonight, and one implementation Q&A, okay, session where we troubleshoot and we apply, okay? So there's going to be time of Q&A in the lab, right? Now, also, we're going to have weekly prompts and check-ins in our WhatsApp group. So this doesn't fade after one night or 1 week, okay? So simple, clear action steps in your body and in your money that you can implement in a real busy life. So it's not going to be stressful, all right? And we're going to be doing it together. We're going to have twice for the month. We're going to have 2 Zoom sessions, okay? I'm going to give you instructions during the week, and they're going to be accountability. They're going to be Q&A so that we can implement it together. Now, this investment is only 100 TT per month, so which is $15 US per month, okay? So we start the lab, listen to me, on the 1st of March, all right? So we still have about a week again. We start on the 1st of March. So listen to this now. We are not locked into a long contract here, all right? It's a month-to-month, but you are invited into the long-term transformation because what we are dealing with is long-standing patterns, all right? As I said to you, some of you are dealing with patterns for 20 years, for 30 years. These are habits, okay, that needs to shift and establish new patterns going forward, okay? Now, so tonight, hear me, all right? Tonight you saw enough to know if this is for you, okay? So if you are tired of the whole cycle and losing the same 10 pounds and then gaining it back, all right. Try making the money, watching disappear, bam, it come back. Because listen to me, folks, a lot of folks who are losing weight and doing stuff, okay, all right, the problem is not losing it, but can you keep it off? And the reason why it comes back, the reason why I go back is because of the patterns. As I said to you before, remember, the demon is gone, the evil spirit is gone, the entity is out, okay? But then why I keep going back into the same thing? Why it keep happening? Because the patterns haven't changed, okay? The patterns gotta change, okay? Now, if you know the word, but your body and your bank account don't show it yet, Dominion Lab is designed for you, all right? Because you want the results in your bank account. You want the results in your body. That is what you want. So if something in your spirit is saying, I can't go back, and how am I living, be living? And the next right step, guess what, is the lab. You start, you stop, you keep going back to stuff, all right? So those of you who are on, you're on for the first time. I know we already have the group already because we already made a WhatsApp group. We have about 56 or something people on there already. So for those of you on, you're on for the first time, somebody invited you, or you probably heard about it and you say, that's okay. But tonight, okay, you get a peek into the lab and you say, okay, Doc, I want to be part of this. All right. I want you to text for me, lab. Just text for me, lab. All right. And I'm going to connect you to the community and give you the instructions going forward. All right. All right. Jandel, thank you. I see you there. All right. Those of you on, you want to be part of the lab. Thank you, Stacey Carter, Vicky, wonderful. Mark, I see you there. All right. Wonderful. And you want to be part of this. Okay. Trisha, all right. Wonderful. Just text lab. Amber, lab. All right. Now, remember the payment details is 100 TT. Okay. I know some of you, you go in KFC, you go Royal Castle, bam, bam, bam. That 100 gone. Thanks, Trevor. All right. But this is something for longevity folks. All right. That's important. Time scale. See you there. All right. Now, the start date is going to be the 1st of March. Thank you, Shaliat. All right. The 1st of March. So once your payment is confirmed, all right, we'll add you in the Dominion Health and Wealth group. All right. So I want you to respond LAB lab. Okay. I see you and I honor every single yes. All right. So again, if you're here for the first time and you're now hearing this and you say, okay, I want to be part of this, Dr. Cummings, add me, just text lab. All right. And for those of you who text here, all right, you can text me on my number. Also, let me do this also. Let me do this. I'm going to do this. All right. Stay there with me. I'm gonna do this. All right. I want to do this for you. All right. Let me do this for you. 1 second. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to add the link on the chat. All right. So you can click on that link on the chat and you can add yourself to the group one time. Okay. So those of you who text lab, go back on the chat and there's a link there. You can click on that link and it's going to take you straight to the WhatsApp group and you can just be added to the group. All right. So you're literally adding yourself to the WhatsApp group. Okay. So it's on there. Let me put it up again there. All right. Check the chat on the thing there. Just click on that link and you're going to be added to the Dominion Lab and you're going to be on the inside. All right. Now, questions. All right. So before we close tonight, I want to take a few questions. All right. Questions about what we did tonight. Questions about the patterns or questions about how the lab works and what to expect. All right. So go ahead and drop your question in the chat there for me. All right. Drop your question in the chat for me. All right. If you have a question, okay, remember this is going to be on YouTube. So those of you who probably miss in terms of taking notes, you can go back and you can listen to it again. And with your pen, your paper, take some copious notes. Go over the exercise we did. All right. Remember that exercise is important. We're going to go more in depth in the lab. All right. Because in the lab, I'm going to teach on meditation, Hagat, and how to still yourself, all that stuff. So that the count number, all right. Wonderful. Let me put your account number there on the chat. Thanks. All right. All right. So let's take some questions, folks. All right. Let's take some questions. Let's I'm gonna unmute it here. All right, so the mic is on, so you can just unmute your mic and ask a question. Ooh, wonderful, wonderful. All right. All right. All right, somebody asked for the account number. The account number is on the screen there, on the chat. It's on the chat. So click on the link. All right, remember also, go back on the chat. You can click that link there and you can be added to the WhatsApp group. Okay, and I'm going to see it on WhatsApp. So you can literally add yourself. If you click the link there, for those of you who are not on the lab and you want to be part of it, based on what you heard tonight, you can click on the link and you can come straight into the lab. Remember, it's going to start on the 1st of March. We're going to jump in. All right. If you have any question tonight and you put it up in the chat, the account number is there. The account is also going to be on the WhatsApp group. All right. I remember. So we're going to start on the 1st. All right. Any questions? Talk to me.
Hi. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, night there. Wonderful.
Right. Good night, Dr. Cummings. I just wanted to find out, like, how long would the lab run for? I know it starts at the 1st of March.
Right.
How long would it run for?
All right. I want to do the lab for 90 days. All right. Which is about 3 months. All right. But it's going to continue because remember, as I said to someone, as I said before, remember some of the patterns that you have. All right. Those patterns didn't create it in a week. So what we did on the 40 days that we were doing, we were literally clearing stuff. So now we're going to be building new patterns. All right. All right. So we're going to do a 90-day. Then we're going to do an introspection. We're going to do a review. And then if we have to go again, we go on another 90 days. All right. So it's going to continue. But remember too, in the lab, I'm going to be teaching other stuff because I'm going to be teaching about meditation. I'm going to be teaching about how to still yourself, all right, to hear, there's a lot of things I'm going to be teaching on, okay, on the lab. And I'm going to go into some Hebrew. I'm going to talk about the epigenetic. I'm going to go into the cells. There's a lot of things I'm going to go because remember, for the 40 days, I didn't do those things on the 40 days, okay? So there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to go in depth. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 months. We're going to do a review, introspection to see where you're at, and then we're going to see what we need to set going forward. Okay, so that's the answer there, Dennis. Thanks for that question. Anybody else? Right, wonderful. All right. Make sure you're on the inside, folks. Make sure you're on the inside. All right, make sure the inside. Remember, there are 2 links. I put a link there for the chat. If you click on it, they're going to take you straight to the WhatsApp so you can add yourself. Okay? And also, if you know anyone who want to be part of it, you can also bring them in. Now, somebody was asking for those who missed the 40 days. All right? Now, for those of you who missed the 40 days, and you say, well, Dr. Cummings, I want to go into 40 days before I come into, all right? Message me on WhatsApp. And I'm gonna show you how to go through the 40 days. All right, so we're gonna go through that because I know some people miss the 40 days. All right, but what we're gonna cover in the lab is an aspect not of the 40 days, but it's gonna just basically push you ahead. All right, so no questions. I want to thank everyone for coming on tonight. All right, we had about almost 59 folks on. That's really, really good. Okay. All right, I know some folks are on YouTube. Remember, this link is live YouTube, so you can go on YouTube, Minding My Business, all right? And you can pull it up, go back over your notes, make sure you have everything, all right? And also, if I were you, I will want to make sure that my family, my son, my daughters, those of you who have your kids, remember, folks, when we were growing up, we didn't have these things, okay? All right, we did not have these kind of teachings and this kind of stuff. All right, so if you know you have your son, your daughter, all right, your in-laws, and you want them to be part of this, let them come in. All right, I'm telling you, it's mind shifted. It's going to be really, really impactful. All right, so thank you for coming on.